Okay. Hello, everyone, and very good evening. Today we will talk about bioprinting, and every one of us will express his idea about this statement, whether he's with the bioprinting technologies or against this technology. So for our debate, it will be structured as the follow. The first, everyone will have 2 minutes to express his or her idea after introducing him or herself to the others. Then we will have our second round, which is the defense and the attacking one, which is 2 minutes each. And for the third round, it will be the conclusion, and everyone will be given 1 minute only. After that, we will conclude everything and finish our session. So is everyone is ready? Shall we start?
Yeah.
So we will start our first round, and we will start with Ahmed. So Ahmed, can you start, please?
Hello, everyone. My name is Ahmed Darwish, and I'm in favor with the motion. So I'm going to start by quoting a researcher, director at Gartner. His name is Pete Bassler. He stated that these initiatives are well-intentioned, but raise a number of questions that remain unanswered. Who will control the ability to produce them, of the enhanced complex organs of non-evolving human cells when they are made? The outlining of his questions promotes the cornerstone ethical, moral, legal, and religious entanglement of the 3D bioprinting in socio-cultural status of the current area. There are also economic consequences of 3D bioprinting. The rapid emergence of 3D printing will also create major challenges in relation to intellectual property, aka IP. Gartner predicts that by 2021, 3D printing will result in the loss of at least $200 billion per year in IP globally. However, the establishment of a transplantation industry led to a number of negative consequences, implying that the human organs and tissues have become the object of commodity of money relations, leading to the formation of the properly transparent market of human organs and human traffic, which is largely under the patronage of criminal networks. The human beings' organs are being trafficked all over the world, sometimes with and sometimes even without. So the consent of those to whom they belong, furthermore, as suggested by a reliable source, Stephen Wilkinson, a professor of bioethics at the Lancaster University, quoted, "There is an increased risk that consent will be flawed in sale cases if the organ removal proceeds without proper consent, then that could be a failure to respect the person."
Okay, thank you, Ahmed, for your statement. Now we will go to Sabrina. Please, Sabrina, can you start?
Okay, so I'm Sabrina. I'm from the opposition side. For me, I believe despite all the ethics and moral issues that might arise from this 3D bioprinting, actually the fact shows that that 3D bioprinting is a good field which can have a variety of application and can be very beneficial for the society, because it can solve the problem of the shortage of transplant organs, which then will improve the healthcare system and improve the health of many people. And then for the religious side, I do believe that our religion, Islam, take knowledge as an important thing. So I believe that we, as a gifted humans, we need to use our brain to the most by pursuing this field of 3D printing, because after all, this 3D printing have more benefits than the risks, as it can help the humanity. So I think that's all for my first point of view.
Okay, thank you very much, Sabrina. And now, Dimas, you can start. You may start. Dimas, open your your phone, microphone.
Hi, my name is Dimas. I believe that 3D printing can offer great benefits in medicine, but it also raises a number of ethical questions as the technology develops. Let's just say that people need bones, people need something that they can do stem cells and they can print it using 3D bioprinting. Right now, like Ahmed say, it costs like it's need more money. So I want to, like, for the ethical question, like, will be there a justice for everyone to access the health like they need. For sure they need the 3D bioprinting for their part of the human body, but like for sure right now, like only a few people can afford it because like it's very very expensive. And second, is it safe for human? Are they like already clinically like tested or something like that? Because like we cannot put something strange in our body. Like our body have a mechanism that will defend the body, that like it will reject, then it will make something else. Like we already like have a disease, then if we put something in our body that like strange, it will make our body like weird. I think that's from me.
Okay, thank you very much, Dimas. Hi everyone, this is Abdullah, and I will elaborate my opinion about using bioprinting. So, bioprinting is the current technology that is used to substitute the missing tissues in the human body, and on the other side, it may help the people to heal faster. So, as there are a lot of demand for this kind of tissues, and the market now and the people in here and the donations that it made for people, it's not actually sufficient, and many people are suffering from diseases in the liver or any other organs which may affect their life. So ethically, when we are using this technology for the benefit of the people, and we are supporting the lives of many people, this is when we talk about a technology that we have to stand with, and we have to focus on improving this kind of technology. From the religion, we all know that whenever you save one life, you are saving the whole people's life at the same time. So the Islam, for me as a Muslim, we are concerning about the fact that we want to save more lives, and we want to save the life of the person. So when we are doing this kind of bioprinting, we are reducing the demand, and we are reducing the people who are suffering from losing their tissue, or who has some damages to their tissue. So from my perspective, I'm totally supporting using this kind of technology. Thank you. Okay, so now we will start the second round, which is about the defense and more elaborations about the idea. We will start with you, Dimas. Can you please start, please?
Okay. For me, like you just said, that like in religious way, that like in Islam, we are allowed to, how to say, like make the bioprinting for our body part. But what I believe that like now 3D bioprinting is very very expensive, and only a few people that can afford it. And I know from these few people that they really need to afford the bioprinting, used for their own health. But I know of the few percentage of them also want to enhance their body. Like the doctor said in class, how 3D printing can change your, let's just say, your voice is really bad. Then you stem cell the, let's just say, Mariah Carey or Beyonce voice. Then you put it in your throat. Then you will have their voice when you sing. So I'm afraid that like in the people will use it in the wrong way. So because like now it's very very expensive. That's why like I don't believe in religious way. Like I'm afraid people will misuse the thing that like in Islam that it's to be like this.
Okay, thank you very much. Sabrina, you can start with the story now.
Okay, I think first of all, the issue that Ahmad and Dimas raised, both of them are talking about the risk that might happen from 3D bioprinting. But I believe, as Ahmad says, Ahmad is concerning about the loss from the intellectual property rights that might arise from ethical bioprintings, and also the black market of selling the organs from bioprinting. And for Dimas, also talking about the access for the people that who really needs it. I believe like these issues that rise, as mentioned by Dimas and Ahmed, can be solved by the correct set of guidelines and legal actions. As we know, like 3D bioprinting is still on the developing side. There is no legal law that regulates these 3D bioprintings. So I believe as we are still in the developing process of 3D bioprintings, it's also important to develop a good legal law that can regulate uh, all aspects of this 3D bioprintings, that can regulate all the risks for this, for regulating the selling, for regulating the the distributions of the organs, who will need it. And I believe also there is also insurance company that can help with the that can help to distribute more fairly to people. So I think those issues can be solved by proposing the right legal law and regulations to regulate this bioprinting. Okay, that's all.
Thank you, Sabrina. For this time, I would like to support Sabrina on his idea about supporting the lives of many other people, and as well as it's for Dimas. You said that it's very expensive and it may have some kind of side effects. And from my perspective, saving lives is more important than this kind of. We can say it's not main focus of this idea, this problem. It's not playing a major role in influencing this kind of technology. We all know that heart transplant and many other surgeries are very expensive too. So we're not going to focus about the expenses of this process, and we want to focus on the benefits that will come from this kind of technology in the future, and how many lives that we can support, and how many people that we may reduce their suffer during the time while they were waiting for others to donate their organs for them. So from my perspective, whatever you say about expenses or threat, I think the big picture of saving life and for make the life easier for many people is the main goal of this technology. Ahmed, I think it's your time now.
Okay, so I would like to ask Sabrina a question, as she mentioned in the first round. So as you are supporting that bioprinting is ethically, morally, and religiously not wrong, so you said that, as you mentioned, that Islam religion, about Islam religion, that that it is you're supporting the claim. So on what point of Islamic view the organ generation is legal? You didn't make it clear. You just said that I support. You just said that
organ what?
On what organ generation is legalized.
Organ generation. Okay.
Yes, is legal. Okay. So yes, so I'd like to answer your question. There is a legal law about 3D bioprinting. It is in the FDA USA, page 567, mentioned, stated as all 3D printing biomaterial is considered as drug. So there are legal laws for the 3D bioprinting technique.
No, actually, it's not about bioprinting. It's about 3D printing of biomaterial. As we know, bioprinting doesn't include only biomaterials, and this bioprinting we are focusing on printing the organs. So for printing the organs, there is no current law that are covering this area of printing organs. So, but I believe there is already a law for 3D printing, but 3D bioprinting is another side. It's another aspect, a different aspect from 3D printing. So for 3D bioprinting, I've done my research that there is no legal law that cover this area until
I
now.
think you can go to the website and see the database. The website is called Personal Data of University.
Okay, well, sure will do.
So,
Do you
I
have
would like
anything
to
else?
continue.
Yes.
It's okay. I would like to continue my defense. So,
Okay.
according to Penis Morducados, published by Forbes, the ethical and moral breakdown will happen once 3D printing becomes mainstream and money pours into the 3D printing technology to make these printers faster. Arthur Kaplan is a distinguished researcher who has an expertise in this field, making his argument plausible and strengthening the claim. In this context, it is clear that production of synthetic 3D printing organs of transplantation removes from the agenda the whole range of very controversial issues of moral and ethical issues regarding the origin of used organs and biomaterials. However, it can be predicted that as a result of the spread of 3D printing and transplantation, humans can further aggregate the psychological problems that we already witnessed in society.
Okay, thank you, Ahmed. Okay, for the third phase and third round, we will start to conclude our ideas. I'll start with mine. So from the ideas that's given by Ahmed about the legislation of this idea and about the supporting, I still supporting for religion by Sabrina. I'll still supporting this technology to be done for human to save more lives and to prevent them from waiting for a long time. Whether it's accepted right now from the FDA or any other standard organization, I think starting from now by using this technology is a fact that we are needing this technology to be done in the nearest future. So, Dimas, you can start to conclude your idea.
I think based on my idea and based on like Sabrina's suggestion that we need to make a new law and new regulation, because like I'm afraid people will misuse the 3D bioprinting. I want to propose also, because like a lot of people have their own how to say, like political things for their own self. So like I agree with Sabrina to make a new law and regulation, but I also want to propose like it's better outside the political. So like we make a division or like a department like in the world, like only like focusing on 3D bioprinting. So like no one will interfere of the law and regulation and misuse it.
Okay.
That's
Ahmed?
what I think.
Okay, thank you, Dimas. Ahmed, you can start conclusion.
Okay, so besides the aforementioned evidence and discussion, I want to draw my conclusion by providing an explanation from two novels. The first one is called Heart of a Dog. It's written by Mikhail Bulgakov. So in this narrative, the dog was saved by a donor person. So after the surgery, the dog showed the same characteristic of that man who was twisted and ethically and morally person. So upon the development after the surgery, as I said, it shows the identical characteristics, which indicates the prevalence and endurance in social life upon the deterioration of moral, ethical, and legal perspective. The other novel I'm referring to is called The Future is Short by Paula Friedman, which indicates the opportunity of purchasing synthetic organs to replace disease-prone ones, which may mislead people and create an illusion that there is no need to protect and care about personal valuable health, taking it for granted. Since in the case of premature loss of the organ or the body part, it can be relatively simple and not expensive to buy a new healthy organ with money, which in turn can terminate the religious faith and well-being of human life. So it's pretty clear that the socio-cultural approval of 3D bioprinting is not the right thing the right track and needs more sustainable security and validation to legalize the 3D bioprinting.
Okay.
I would like to say that the opposition didn't provide enough scientific evidence to support their opposition.
Okay, thank you very much, Ahmed. Sabrina, you may conclude your ideas now, right now.
Okay, so I do believe that despite all the possible risks, the benefits of 3D bioprinting still outweigh the risk of the risk that arise from this field. And then I do believe that as the 3D bioprinting is still on the developing stage, is still on the infant stage, uh, both two aspects, the development of the 3D bioprinting itself and the development of the law, should correlate with each other and grow together linearly. So the law from the legal actions, it can protect the 3D bioprinting field from all the possible ethical issues. And from the 3D bioprinting, the development can result in a perfect organ that minimize the risk of rejection, the risk of malfunctions. So I believe both of the development should go together to provide a good solutions to the healthcare system.
Thank you,
So I
Sabrina.
think that's my point of view.
Thank you very much. So we can conclude that Ahmed is more wants about to get more ethical informations and guarantees for this kind of process, as well as Dimas who are supporting this idea. And we'll talk about the points that was mentioned by Sabrina to focus on the religious side and the benefits of this technology. So at the end of this conversation, I would like to thank you all for your contributions, and we may finish right now. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you guys for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.